Welcome to the Hunger Action Heroes podcast. Hunger Action Heroes is a production of the Food Bank of the Golden Crescent. The Food Bank of the Golden Crescent was established in 1986 as the Community Food Bank in Victoria, Texas. Our mission is helping heal the hurt of hunger in our 11-county service area: Calhoun, Colorado, DeWitt, Goliad, Gonzales, Jackson, Lavaca, Matagorda, Refugio, Victoria, and Wharton. We passionately advocate for a hunger-free Texas. Your host, Chris Doelle, will bring you a message from our sponsor and get right into the episode. Stick around.
The Hunger Action Heroes podcast by the Food Bank of the Golden Crescent is made possible by the generous support of the HEB Hunger Relief Program. HEB Hunger Relief works year-round to fight hunger in Texas and Mexico. Hunger relief has been a key focus for HEB since the first store opened back in 1905. For more than a century now, HEB's commitment and involvement in the communities it serves has been an important part of the way the company does business. Since the inception of the Hunger Relief Program, HEB has donated over 1 billion pounds of food to help nourish neighbors in communities throughout Texas and Mexico. Thank you to the HEB Hunger Relief Program. All right, everybody join me in welcoming Brandon Kercheval, the facilities manager here for the Food Bank of the Golden Crescent. Brandon, welcome to the show.
Good morning, Chris. Nice to see you.
You bet. Yeah, and I've seen you around, in my conversations with Robin, with Jared. I've seen you
I get around.
And so what exactly is a facilities manager?
Maintain the facility, so I'll be doing anything from, cleaning a toilet to helping a contractor on the roof. I've got a plumber here right now. I've got some equipment technicians here right now. And, so keep the equipment up to par, keep the fleet trucks up to par, make sure that they're being maintained and good working order. I get called for all kinds of things. Keep the facility top notch.
Yeah, a lot of people think of the food bank. They think, well, it's just a warehouse with a bunch of food, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful facility for one,
yes, sir.
and it's in great shape. So
yes, sir.
So that's huge. How long have you been doing this?
I've been with the food bank since January of 2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I managed a restaurant for 5 years before that, and I would have not seen myself here, but the good Lord has plans for us sometimes that are better than ours. So
that's right, often better than ours. Yeah. So, give me some of your background. Where'd you grow up in the area?
I did not grow up in the Crossroads. I grew up north of Houston in the Spring, northern Harris County area, Northwest Harris County, and came to the Crossroads in 2008. Lived in Edna and Jackson County over there for 4 years. Worked for Kingfisher Plumbing. Dredging down in Port Lavaca. It was actually already Orion when I started, but they still had Kingfisher on the sign out front. So was down there for about 3.5 years and moved to Victoria. Did some other things and. Ended up at managing a restaurant there, opening and managing a restaurant, and that's how I met Miss Cadle, Miss Robin Cadle, and like I said, good Lord's plans line up sometimes different than we would have thought, but This is where I am. This is where the good Lord brought me, and it's been nothing but a blessing. I'm extremely grateful for the way things have worked out, and it's been a completely different environment than I was used to, than my work history has led me to. I spent about 17 years in the field doing all different types of construction, and so it's been really good.
You talk about the different environment.
in a positive way.
Yeah,
it's a very loving.
As I say, the people here are so different compared to out there in the world.
Yes,
right?
absolutely. Yeah, it's like I said, it's been it's hard for me to put into words sometimes, and yeah, it's been nothing but a blessing. It's been nothing but a blessing. I still consider myself in service industry. It's just for a different type of service, different way, for much better reasons, and much better cause. So
did they have the facility when you started here? This facility?
Actually, we were at the old facility still when I started, and but this one was under construction already, so it wasn't very long after. It was still a job site, though. A job site. The grounds had not been maintained at all up to that point, just pretty much shredded. So there's been a lot of work and effort going, not just from myself. We have other people involved in that, but getting the grounds squared away and looking decent, and there's been a whole lot of work go into it. It was, like I said, it was still a job site here at this location whenever I came on, and it was a slow introduction, spending some time over here, different things, because pretty much the trades were doing their jobs.
Right.
But yeah, it's been the move was the move was moved a couple of times, but several times as a matter of fact. But when we finally made the leap, it's been really good. It's been really good. So
moving from the old facility to this facility, was it like, wow, this is the Shangri-La?
And to be honest with you, we have some people that they never had to operate at the old facility. So just all the space that we had, I'd say extra space. Extra space is kind of like extra money. There's no such thing. But moving from over there to over here where we had more room to expand and grow and keep everything that we need, and so that we can, like I said, I like to tell people we're the repository. So, a lot of people think that they can come in here and this is where they come to get food, get assistance, and it is to a certain extent. But what we do is we keep the ATMs full. We're the repository. We keep all the food pantries full. Yeah. So the food pantries, this is where they come to stock up so that they can keep the 11 counties we serve. Do as best we can to combat the hurt of hunger.
Yeah. So, and so for folks who think of, the food bank as either a warehouse with a bunch of food or, like you said, a repository where you distribute food, explain the importance of the facility itself.
Oh man, it's very important. Food safety is a big concern of ours. I don't want to say necessarily the primary concern, but it's right on up there. It has to be. We have to maintain a safe, clean environment to store all this. If just think about your pantry at home, and if you don't maintain cleanliness in it, and now just expand that by 40,000 square feet, and you can kind of get the idea of what it is that we have to do as far as just keeping the weather out, keeping pests out, it's a lot of work that goes into it, and it is a completely 100% team effort into maintaining the clean award-winning, I would say, or award-recognized facility that we have.
I've been super impressed with the cleanliness of everything.
It is extremely important, and dust collects and cobwebs build up, and there's always some sort of something trying to come in and eat what we have. So it's like I said, it's 100% team effort, and everybody really does a good job.
Nice. And so when you meet people in the community and they hear you work for the food bank, how do you explain it?
I explain it kind of the way I just did. I like to tell people, we're the repository. We serve 11 counties. A lot of people don't realize how big our area is. And so I like to, when I have the opportunity, show them actually on the map. Because say in 11 counties, we're all Texans, or the vast majority of us are Texans, and so 11 counties, big whoop, right? But it's a pretty large area that we cover with our humbly small team, because there's a lot of effort that goes into it, and a lot of people behind the scenes that never really come in contact with the public. They don't, but there's a lot of work that goes into it. We have really good ambassadors, our drivers, our delivery drivers, and they come in contact with the public a lot. Our food distributions, we do some distributions. Our distribution team, they do an outstanding job of dealing with the public, and the public sees their face. But a lot of people don't realize there's a whole lot of people pulling orders, making sure that everything's running right, so that these things can be done. And a lot of time, those people, they never come in contact with the public, with the people that we are actually serving. And so it's something I try to remind my teammates also, the same thing. We might not come in contact with everybody that we're helping. We might not necessarily see the fruits of our labors firsthand, but there's a lot of farmers that don't see the fruits necessarily of their labors firsthand. They don't see the people that actually enjoy the food. They don't see the dinner table necessarily, so to speak, but they do put in a lot of work and effort for that dinner table to come to fruition. So it's something that we try to keep in mind. We're here serving people, even if it doesn't necessarily feel like it sometimes, or you don't come in contact and see the people that you're actually helping. Your work is it's important. Those people really depend on it.
Yeah, you mentioned your teammates and the fact that they don't necessarily serve directly. Yeah. Talk about your team. What do you have for a team?
Facilities department, I have two hands that I have two young men that do an outstanding job, and a lot of what they do is groundskeeping and keeping the facility clean. And it's easy to say, well, that's just keeping the yard cut, but that's not true right now. They're, as a matter of fact, at this very moment, they're working on the perimeter of the building, exterior perimeter of the building. Keeping pest control is a 100%, 365, 7 day a week job. So that's what they're working on this morning. And keeping the grounds clean and neat is one thing, but keeping trees trimmed back from the building, keeping grass and weeds from growing up to the building, to anything that might harbor pests, keeping an eye on any sort of pest activity that might be happening. So that's what they're working on this morning. They routinely jump in wherever might be needed. There's been times they've done helping in the processing room, helping get orders pulled if need be, and that's kind of something was, as far as the whole team, as far as everybody that's here, that's kind of basically the mentality that we approach our jobs is, this is my assigned job, these are my assigned tasks. But whenever need arises, and as with the hurricane that just blew in, it was a mild hurricane. As far as a lot of Texans will tell you, that it was a mild hurricane. But there was a lot of people out of power. There was a lot of people, and they were in our easternmost counties that were affected, and so it might not have seemed like it for everybody here, but we were in a little bit of a disaster recovery mode. And so there was a lot of chipping in from people that wouldn't normally be doing these different types of jobs, getting orders of water out, getting orders of MREs out, things like that, getting people served that were in need.
And how many delivery trucks and runs do y'all?
Oh man, they're running all the time. We have let's see. Right now we have 3 bobtail trucks. We have a tractor trailer that gets put to work pretty regularly, and a semi truck that gets put to work, 53-foot trailer, and then we have smaller fleet also, to where we have a refrigerated van. We have a good 8-foot bed work truck, and can't transport necessarily a lot of food in an open bed truck like that, but that refrigerated van comes in handy. We do a lot of things for the kids as well, like with the weekend backpack meals. Mm-hmm. And man, that's a lot of deliveries when school's going. When school's open, that's a whole job unto itself right there. Just getting all those backpacks to all the different schools. Like I said, 11 counties. That's a lot of elementary schools. So that's a lot of deliveries. So I'll be. I'm sure I'll be getting ready for that pretty soon. Yeah. School will be starting up. We're getting ready for getting that all scheduled out and all those deliveries scheduled out. So and then we also do, retail pickup. There's a lot of places in the community that really we're extremely grateful for. They do a lot to help us provide food to a lot of people. And so those retail pickups, that's a 3 days out of the week we go to some different retail places, and I don't know if I should name them or not, but we get a lot of deliveries as far as USDA, FEMA. Mm-hmm. We get a lot of deliveries from them, Texas Department of Agriculture, HEB. HEB. We couldn't do half of what we do without HEB. We're immensely grateful for HEB. I am highly impressed with HEB. Yes. On a personal level, I had no idea at the charitable contributions of the Butts family. Like it's immense. It was really eye-opening for me personally when I came on. Mm-hmm. We get a couple deliveries a month of food and non-food products from HEB reclamations, and I believe the hub is in San Antonio that we receive from. But it's everything you can think of at HEB. Yeah. That's things that we can distribute. We don't distribute alcohol. We don't distribute certain things, but we don't distribute tobacco. Just different things like that. But we get so much stuff. HEB, like I said, I can't praise HEB enough for what they do. Every single thing that comes in, our processing department, man, they are something else, because, and when I say every single thing that comes in, I mean literally every single thing that comes in. We have a whole lot of producers in our area, vegetable, fruit producers. We have a lot of people that. It really started during COVID. We have one young lady in particular, Miss Beck. I hope I don't get in trouble for mentioning her by name, but she's an outstanding young lady, and I believe it was her brother that started bringing home chicks from Tractor Supply during COVID. And she said he just kept on bringing chicks, and before they knew it, they were producing a couple hundred eggs, a month or more. Wow. And she would come in pretty regular. I haven't seen her in a while, but she would come in pretty regular with, 60, 80 pounds of eggs at a time. And when I say our processing department, they literally sanitize and wash each individual egg as it comes in. Every can, every box, every packet, everything that comes in is inspected, carefully inspected for dates and all the things that need to be looked for, open packages and all that. It's sanitized, it's categorized, it's weighed out. They do a lot of work. There's some unsung heroes in that room as well. They just, every single one of our emergency boxes that we keep here and send out to mobile distributions, they're hand packed by them. Like I said, our processing department too, man. There's a lot of unsung heroes in there. Our warehouse and processing department, they go unnoticed a lot of times because of the fact that they're here and working and they're not out out in the field. Yeah. But so if people want somebody to thank, that would be the people to really thank as well. Definitely.
And just driving by, you're watching the road, you're watching cars, you don't really notice how big this facility is.
It's pretty good size.
How big is it?
I want to say we're somewhere around 40,000 square feet, and that's including our administration, but the vast majority of it is warehouse and and cooler freezer. We have a really nice cooler freezer now. It's
I love
much
that
bigger
freezer.
than it was before. Yeah, it's nice.
In August, I love to come here and just go stand in there.
And we actually have a produce area that we didn't have at the other facility. That's good for. It's kind of like your crisper drawer in the refrigerator. It's good for keeping watermelons and vegetables and different things. Our produce nice and cool. But I tell you something that we've really enjoyed coming from the old facility to the new facilities. The old facility was a metal building, and it was lightly insulated or whatever, but it got very hot in there.
Yeah.
And our warehouse here is all concrete tilt wall construction. So the insulating value of that concrete, even in the winter and the summer, is much better.
Yeah.
It's much better. Our circulation here, we've got some really nice fans up, and yeah, it's like I said. So there's some folks that they weren't blessed to work at the old facility where it would get 100 degrees in the warehouse, and they maybe not necessarily complain or grumble, but they mention the heat at 80, 83, 84 degrees in the warehouse, and I said, let's go on over to the old facility and put a day in, and you'll be appreciating these tilt walls.
Nice.
But it's been a really good move. It's been a really good move.
Cool. Well, Brandon Kercheval, I want to thank you so much for all the work you're doing here.
My pleasure.
And for being here on the show.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you asking me, and like I said, if anybody's interested in volunteering, we're always looking for volunteers. We're always looking for volunteers here at the food bank at the facility. We have lots of volunteer opportunities for processing and different things.
It's a good time too.
It is a good time. We're it's not a party, but we do try to. It's I could think of a lot worse places to volunteer your time. Something else also is we do mobile distributions as well for each one of our counties. We are always looking for volunteers for mobile distributions. Those are sometimes fairly difficult for us to find good volunteers. You can imagine in Victoria, it's not as big of a problem, but we do have, like I said, we go out and it's not too terribly far. So if anybody's interested in volunteering or really trying to help out where help might be needed most, definitely contact the folks here, and we could really use some help on those mobile distributions a lot of times. So those are something, and it's not anything that anybody can't do. People pull through the line. You hand out the assigned product with a smile on your face. It's not too difficult.
Cool.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Chris.
You bet. Thank you, man.
Y'all have
Appreciate
a good one.
it.